Hey guys, this is Zach. It's day 2 of PAX and we are here at ExtendPlay. With us is Dave and he is going to be showing us the ExtendPlay controller. I don't know what you would call it, controller cozy?
Enhancement.
Enhancement.
That's a controller enhancement. Yeah.
Alright, so just to start off, what is the general concept behind this controller enhancement?
Sure. The idea behind the product is it's meant to address the several comfort and ergonomic limitations of standard controllers. We have an Xbox 360 version, there's also a PlayStation version. They're designed to work with the original equipment controllers. So what you have here with the regular controller is you have a hard plastic, unforgiving, sweat-inducing, fairly small object that you're hanging on to.
True enough.
So the idea behind ExtendPlay is that this does the business of actually holding the controller for you securely. You just pop it in, it's a quite snug fit, so we want the controller to remain very, very secure in there. The main reason for that is obviously we don't want it to be flopping around inside the ExtendPlay, but for those players that like rumble, it actually helps transmit the rumble over a wider surface area, so you get a little bit more tactile feedback out of it that way.
Oh.
So number 2 here is instead of having that sweat-inducing hard plastic contacting your hands, you're actually contacting soft, textured, forgiving foam material. Much easier on the hands in terms of the heat factor and the sweat factor. The second aspect of it is, instead of tightly clenching the controller, it's sort of like more of a fist or a claw grip. The product shape actually encourages your hands to remain in sort of like this resting state. This is the natural relaxed position of your hands. So when you're holding on to it, that's the position that your hands are in. So you're not wasting any energy building up soreness and fatigue when you're actually using the product. All of the energy can be directed into pushing the buttons, moving the joysticks around, etc. So these airflow channels around the product, you see them, some are a little bit deeper than others, very specifically designed and strategically placed. They actually help keep air circulating, help keep your hands cooler and drier. And the last thing, which is a big conceptual gap for a lot of people when they first look at the product, is like, well, why is it so big? Why is it this size? Is it a boogie board, or a cozy like you were saying? No, it's this size and shape very specifically to eliminate the dead space or the negative space between your body and the controller. So what happens is if you play standing up, which a lot of people do, you can position this against your midsection, wherever's most comfortable, and suddenly your arms, your shoulders, your back, all unburdened a little bit. It's a freeing up in a way of speaking. If you do use it sitting down, you guys are kind of leaning forward a little bit over there, but you can actually really kind of kick back and get comfortable with the product, lean it up against your midsection, or have it rested on your lap and can't leave it up and down. The net effect is the same. It really helps sort of loosen up, keep you supple in your upper body. So you become less aware of the physical sort of implications of using a controller and more aware of what you're doing on the screen. It's designed to help you be more comfortable, feel better, and play better.
So basically pay less attention to the control, more attention to your game.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
That's a design theory I can get behind. Mind if I take a feel?
Not at all.
Just a quick question though, will people have more issues with it who have smaller hands maybe?
That's a really good question. Our standard reply on that is if you can use a controller and reach all of the buttons and the joysticks without the ExtendPlay, then you'll be able to do so with it. It doesn't really add much width to the controller. The extra mass is more on the sort of like the bottom curved side there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a good question. We have sold a lot to kids and young teens, and they dig the product. They really love it.
Oh. I am really loving this material. I personally tend towards longer gaming sessions, and I'm not going to lie, I've gotten hand cramps before and sweaty hands from playing, and this would be nice.
Yeah, it's a little outside the box for a lot of people when they first see it, but we put a lot of R&D into this product. It went through several different iterations design-wise, and it does the job.
And there's a PS3 version too, right?
Yeah, it's also compatible with the PS2 though, because the controllers are the exact same shape and size, just one's wireless and one's wired. Yeah.
Because the Wii still uses the GameCube controller, are you going to make a version for that controller as well?
You mean like the classic controller that they have for Wii?
The classic and also the GameCube, because you can still actually use.
Right. Yeah, we are. It's a great question. We are targeting expanding the ExtendPlay line to other platforms. It's really about all I can say on that right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Stay tuned for more.
Yeah. If you guys wanted the 360 version has a very small additional recess inside the controller cavity, and that is designed to accommodate wired headsets that I don't have it here with me, but a lot of the wired headsets today actually have an L-shaped little, almost like a headset jack.
Yep.
There are some that have what's called a puck, like a hockey puck. That's a bigger plastic housing that snaps over here with your mute button and your volume slider.
That's the one that I have.
That one is not compatible with ExtendPlay unless you're handy with an X-Acto knife. You didn't hear that from me though. But anything that has a lower profile, an L shape, like the standard Microsoft Xbox 360 headset, a lot of the Turtle Beaches as well. You plug it in first here, and then there's enough space in the little recess there, the headset recess, headset jack, for it to slip in, no problem. It'll seat just as deeply with a headset as it will without.
Alright.
So,
okay.
That's an important distinction. The Sony version is compatible with the chat pad attachment that goes on top of the controller.
Yep.
This one is not compatible with the Microsoft chat pad because obviously it goes in this area. Can't have everything, but good. Any other? Okay. So this is the PlayStation version.
I mean, I don't use the PS3 controller quite as often, but my DualShock is still in constant use, and I do like the fact that you don't have to hold it, because the Sony controllers in particular, I always find that they have a weird profile down the side in that they're almost too straight. It locks up your hands after a while, and this adds kind of that nice curved profile that
It actually helps your wrist be in the right alignment. You're not bending it over like this, or you're not having it pushed back like that. So there's a lot of biomechanic thought that goes into the product.
So I'm kind of liking that, instead of having to like grip up to the sides, just kind of rest and your fingers just fall on the buttons.
So is this out on the market now, or is it still in its testing?
We launched in December of last year. At the moment it's available on our website, also on Amazon, and available in Europe as well, in all 27 European Union member states through Amazon Europe.
You hear that, European fans? Even you can enjoy this.
We're going to be breaking it out into retail in the second quarter of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where will it be available retail once it's out?
Well, where our target is all of the usual suspects, where you can buy games or accessories. So, yeah.
Bye, people.